Hey there everyone, this is Regret94 with a deck tech for you today. Today we are going to be looking at Blue-Red Thermo Alchemist Burn in Standard. This is kind of a budget deck because of the restrictions that I have with my job currently and things like that. So, no Harness Lightnings, no Collected Defiances, no Thing in the Ice. But it's still pretty good. So we'll start out with the creatures in this deck. We were playing 4 Storm Chaser Mage. Flying Haste, Prowess gets +1/+1 every time you cast a non-creature spell. It's a 1/3, 2-drop. We were also playing Thermo Alchemist. You can tap it to deal 1 damage to each opponent. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, untap Thermo Alchemist. These are the creatures that are very commonly run in this deck. Um, some people slot in Thing in the Ice for Storm Chaser Mage, and I think that is a perfectly fine thing to do, especially in an aggro heavy format. But personally, I really like to be the aggressor in this deck, especially if I'm going to be sending a lot of burn spells to the face. Um, Other creature suggestions, Bedlam Reveler, of course, is really good as a 2-of in this deck. So I would recommend getting those if you're putting this deck together. Um, we're going to move on to our instance after that. We are playing full 4-ofs for pretty much everything in the deck. 4-of Fiery Temper deals 3 damage to target creature or player, but if you can Madness it when you discard it, you can pay 1 red for it instead of 1 and 2 red. So it basically becomes a Lightning Bolt in Standard, which is fantastic whenever you can discard it at any time. Galvanic Bombardment, just to clear any kind of creatures from the field, deals X damage to target creature, where X is 2 plus the number of cards named Galvanic Bombardment in your graveyard. So the first one will do 2 damage, second one will do 3, third one will deal 4, fourth one will deal 5, as long as they aren't exiled from your grave in any weird way. Lightning Axe deals 5 damage to target creature. As an additional cost, you have to discard a card or pay 5. You'll always want to discard to Fiery Temper, so you can hit one of their creatures, burn them in the face for 3. Then we're just playing 4 of Unsubstantiate. Return target spell or creature to its owner's hand. It's very non-situational. If you don't want something on the field, then you can return it to their hand, either when they cast it or if it's a creature, whenever it attacks. So if they go all in on a electrostatic pummeler before any kind of blossoming defense comes down, then Unsubstantiate will be able to return that and be able to set up a lot of good tempo plays. Sorceries, we are running 4 Incendiary Flow, deals 3 damage to target creature or player. Creature dealt this damage this way would die, exile instead. Great way to send the last 3 damage to face, or get rid of a Scrap Heap Scrounger, or a Prized Amalgam, or something to that nature in Standard. Something that you would want exiled like that would keep on coming back. And then 4 Tormenting Voice. As an additional cost, discard a card, again, Fiery Temper, and draw 2 cards. It just feels your hand. If you have a hand with 2 lands and a Tormenting Voice, you'll be happy to pitch one of those to draw into some more action. So this is definitely a 4-of. A lot of other people have been running Take Inventory, which is another great card. It runs like Galvanic Bombardment. It's only whenever you cast it, draw a card equal to the number of copies of Take Inventory in your graveyard. So you draw 1 and then 2 and then 3 and then 4. But I personally like Tormenting Voice because of the discard to Fiery Temper. And then we are running 4 Fevered Visions. I mean, this is pretty much an auto slot in this deck. Feels your hand. It keeps your opponent taking damage at the end of every turn if their hand is full. Of course, this always comes out in any kind of aggro matchups, but Fevered Visions is very, very good in this deck. Lands, we are running 4 Evolving Wilds, 4 Highland Lake, 1 Gyre Reach Sanitarium, just as a way to filter your hand, get rid of any unwanted lands or anything like that. 5 islands, 10 mountains. And that's going to be it for the main deck. The sideboard, currently it's a work in progress. I'm not sure exactly what I want to run in here yet. But right now I have 4 Weaver of Lightning. Block Smuggler's Copter, takes down small creatures that only have 1 toughness. Um, or if you can cast multiple spells in a turn, you can clear something out with 2 or 3 toughness. Very good against aggro matchups or token matchups where they are looking to go wide. 2 Spell Shrivel. Counter target spell unless its controller pays 4 and exile it if it was countered this way. Very good against pretty much any kind of control matchup where they are wanting to tap out for their Kalitas or tap out for Collective Defiance or anything like that. You can counter it and they won't be able to pay the 4. Scatter to the Winds. It's just a counter, but it also has Awaken 3 if you're able to pay 6 for it. So it's very good late game whenever you're able to cast it for its Awaken because you get a free 3/3 body out of it. There's a lot of people that run Void Shatter in this slot as well, and I think that Exile is very relevant. So you could run Void Shatter, but personally, I like the late game of Scatter to the Winds a lot more to get that 3/3 body onto the field. Then 3 negates, of course, counter target non-creature spell, always a good sideboard in blue. And then we're running 3 of Avacyn's Judgment, which deals either 2 damage divided between target creatures or players, or if its madness cost was paid, it deals X damage divided among any of those creatures or players instead. So if you're able to madness this off of, say you have 6 mana and you're able to cast a Lightning Axe, and then you discard an Avacyn's Judgment, pay 4, and then you deal 3 damage to any amount of creatures or any damage that would be left over that would need to go to face can go to that. Very good in token matchups, aggro matchups, just a very fine card overall. Anyways, that has been Blue Red Thermo Alchemist Burn, and I'll see you guys when we get to the matches.